Hey everybody, Get Wars Buddy here. So we're going to be watching a random generic video that Mike is shot for me, Magical Mike, who's here with us.
That was surreal even for me just doing this here. Yeah, this video is my warrior, it's Char warrior, just doing some random ass stuff up
And
in the Wayfarer foothill.
you told me this is the Norn beginner area, is what you were saying, right?
It is, yeah. This is the Wayfarer foothills that I just said, and it's just somewhere up in the northern section, just on a road somewhere, just taken out. You see up in the top right there, that bar just went up.
Yeah.
That is my current quest. As
Okay.
we did this previously, and that wasn't there at the time when I got round to talking to it. So you see I'm getting progress for just hitting and killing stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
And you see in the background there's actually a baluster. That
Mhm.
one I miss, and that is the one that ends up shooting at
Mess,
me.
Messing you up a little bit. Well, the thing is, if you look at the death animations, look, see, it just glitches back
I
into
did
position.
notice that, yeah.
It's
Granted,
just
this is on the stress test. I think it did just die when I wasn't looking
look,
at it, but
you're being
there
shot from
might be some
behind
lag.
here. See, look behind you.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man. I haven't
Okay.
got eyes in the back of my head. I've only got horns. I'm only a poor little Char.
Well, it's nice that these guys were hidden, but they're not showing up on the mini map. I'm seeing at the bottom right. Like I didn't see any red dots like appear. Not
Yeah,
really.
that is actually a feature that they've added in. Originally, they had planned for a ranger thing to give rangers like a trait that they could actually see the red dots on the map, but they scrapped that and they made it just sort of the same playing field for everybody here, which
Okay,
I
so,
kind of I
so
kind of like
basically you
that.
see your friends.
You see your friends if they're in the party, and you see people when they're down. You can see ores on the map there. I'm not sure. I'm not
Oh,
sure if you
okay,
can see
okay.
the piles of
Yeah, yeah.
wood.
I do. I do.
Those
I
are harvestables.
ores and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. And what are these road? Okay, so the roadblocks are the quest that, but you had already done that, so you're just helping Dustin and Angelina here get through this section.
Yeah. Well, we're just having fun, moving forwards. Actually, I think, now don't quote me on this because I'm not entirely sure, but if we go back to the fort that we came from, once we've cleared all these roadblocks, we can actually send a caravan up this and do a little dynamic event with that. But I don't show it, and I'm not entirely sure that that actually happens.
And here's that bubble. So that's a guardian bubble.
That is, I think it's called Shield of Absorption. I think it's actually a shield skill. I think it might be skill 5. Don't know, haven't played a Guardian myself. Maybe I will in the next beta event. The
That's a good
last...
question though, because that looked like it lasts like a good solid 3-4 seconds. Do you know if that can be interrupted only before it's like as it's being cast, or can it be interrupted during the casting?
I think the skill itself is an interrupt. I'm not sure if it's like Guild Wars 1 Mesmer sort of style where you can interrupt and interruptception. I'm not sure.
Mm.
You probably can't, because that's a really powerful skill. It's actually on a really long cooldown if I remember rightly.
Okay, so you could probably interrupt it as it's being cast, but you can't interrupt it while it's happening.
If you're very lucky, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Now,
Now
here's
this
what I'm
is...
curious about. Do you see the damage just go up and up and up and up? Is the final number the number of damage you did throughout that entire attack, or are those all little attacks that you did, and at the
That
end
is...
you're actually hitting 160?
That is actually a good question, and if anyone actually knows, I'd appreciate a comment, because I don't actually know myself. Now here, we missed this last time, you see all the crap coming out of the top of the fort? That's really weird.
Yes.
You see it this time. That apparently signifies that that fort is under attack. I kind of move towards it, and then I go, nah, let's not bother with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really would appreciate a comment if that damage is cumulative, or if it's the total damage, or what. I don't know myself, and I wish I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a noob at Guild Wars 2. But it's fine, because we'll all be noobs on the 28th of August, release date.
What's this bar I keep seeing build up as you're attacking something?
That,
Right below your avatar.
that is my adrenaline bar. For all you warriors out there that don't know what you're doing, that's my adrenaline. That, it doesn't go up in strikes, it just fills up in bars. Each one of those bars is like if you fill up a bar, you can use F1 to unleash an adrenaline skill. Depends on your weapon, depends on how many of those weapons you're using. Say dual axes do more damage than a single axe. And each bar represents a level of that skill. So if you fill 1 bar up, it'll do X amount of damage. If you do 2 bars, it'll do a bit more damage, and 3 bars does the most.
Okay.
I like the adrenaline system.
So here you just spent 3 adrenaline.
I did, but I totally missed it because I was spacing out like a boss.
But what I want to know is, as you're doing regular attacks, I'm seeing an adrenaline bar, like a small one, just underneath your actual avatar. Let's see if we see it again.
There that's the skill timer. You know, if you're casting a spell, like as an elementalist, you're casting meteors or whatever, that's actually your spell going up, and that's like a channeled ability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't totally clear. Still, UI is really odd to a person that hasn't played the game yet, and it is pretty clear, would you say? But there's some bits.
Oh no, it's very clear. There's nothing, shocking about it. I mean, this is something that was really interesting when I started playing Star Trek Online, was how the UI was standard compared to Guild Wars, like where the mini-map is and where your skill bar is and your teammates top left-hand corner and the quests top right. Everything just feels natural, and there's nothing too shocking. So even if you don't know what something is, just based on its location, you can kind of guess what it does.
What do you think about that mail thing popping up that sometimes does and sometimes doesn't? I think that's unnatural and probably should be removed. Is
it optional? Like, can you remove it from, like...
I couldn't find an option to turn that thing off, and I couldn't actually find any sort of pattern as to why or when it came up. I had no clue. No idea at all. So that's it. That was the boss that we just managed to talk over totally. It's just very normal gameplay, just sort of random stuff that you should expect to be doing when the game's out. And you got anything else to say? Any thoughts?
Well, looking at the character models, like I'm looking at Angelina, Dustin, and you here. I'm perfectly happy with the models. I'm not sure I'll be playing a Char because I'm not totally happy with the fact that they're still slouched all forward. I'll probably play a Char, but we'll see. But they're not too slouched, so it's not too bad. But I think I really prefer to play a human.
Oh yeah, no kidding. And you can't really tell in a YouTube video, but the quality of the actual character models themselves is actually really, really good.
Oh no, I mean it looks fine, but usually you don't spend that much time looking at your character. I find in an explorable area. At least I don't. I spend most of my time trying to figure out what it is I'm doing and focusing much more on combat and timing my skills.
I'll admit. Oh, if we're watching this back again, you see this baluster going down. If you keep watching that thing, you see there it glitched out and it sort of pinged back. I think it's the next one actually. If you keep watching it, if you keep your eyes on it, you'll actually see it explode or whatever.
Yeah, I think you were being hit by another ballista that was up on the hill that I never even saw it. Like, I understand why you missed it. So.
Yeah, it's just up on the left there. I totally ignore it. You see that? Yeah, it does have an animation of death, but I just totally didn't need to watch that because I was busy charging this roadblock again.
But I'm watching you right now, and I don't think that damage is. I don't think the damage you're hitting while you're doing the large built-up attack. I think it's the final number is the amount of damage you actually end up doing.
Looking at it again now, I probably tend to agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is pretty much it. We're watching over old footage again now. Oh dear.
So that's it. But no, this looks really interesting. I look forward to seeing more of the actual gameplay, and not seeing just as you're pointing out. There's no point in watching Fancy Dungeons if you don't see what the regular gameplay looks like. And
exactly. I cannot wait to actually get in game with you for a change. Actually play it with you rather than just talk about it with you.
So that's it for this video, guys. Because I've taken over Magical Mike's channel completely. I'm just gonna do the outro as well. So go to Twitter, UT Magical Mike, because he uselessly talks about his day and how he spends most of his time in his pants. But definitely go there for general nonsense and stuff.
Sure, do that. And now I feel incredibly awkward. Thanks for that, Guild Wars buddy. I'll put a link to your channel, and yeah, I'll post pictures of you in your pants as well. That'll be great. I think that's as good a time as any to leave this off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Cheerio, guys.
Cheerio. That was ridiculous.